It is indeed a pleasure to once again welcome Aamir Khan to Showbiz India.
Thank you.
And if I can start with a personal story, I've had the privilege and pleasure to interview you at least half a dozen times, and you always there before me.
Oh,
You're so punctual. Even today,
well,
you were here before me.
actually, I'm not so punctual, but I'm glad you think so.
Tell me about this film, Lost Ladies. How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling good. I think the film has received a lot of love and it's connected very deeply with the audiences. So I'm really happy about that. And it's great that it's selected as India's entry to the Oscars. So, yeah, I'm really happy.
So you are a global phenomenon yourself, along with Bollywood becoming international and so looked up to. How important is that responsibility for you to shape the identity of India to the international audience?
Well, I think that when your film gets selected from India for a platform like this at the Academy, you're pretty much representing your country and representing you're in that sense an ambassador for your country. So it's certainly something I don't take lightly.
What about you personally? You've done a lot of other social work such as Satyamev Jayate. How do you think that's shaping your legacy beyond filmmaking?
Oh, I haven't thought of that, to be honest. I just do things that I feel like doing, and when the concept of that show came my way, I thought I should. It was something I felt like doing, so that's why I did that. Yeah.
Any personal memories?
Oh, tons. It was a huge learning experience for me. Meeting so many people from across the country, different languages. In those 4 years that I did Satyamev Jayate, 5 years, it was a huge learning for me, about how we are as a society, how we are as a country, how we are as a people. And, it was a huge learning, and it was also very. It was also actually the entire experience was most encouraging and gave me a lot of hope as well.
What did you take away from that learning? What are some of the important things?
Well, one of the things I took away is that, as humans, and I say this across the globe, it doesn't have to do anything with India. I think as humans, somehow we end up, we are capable of doing the worst thing. And we're also capable of doing the most positive thing. So one of my biggest learning was that one should always tap into the positive in people.
Now this movie, it's based in rural India. What particularly about Lost Ladies do you think resonates with the international audiences?
Well, I think the kind of story it is, it resonates with people across cultures and languages, because I think the issues it's talking about are similar. It doesn't matter which part of the world we talk about. Women's agency, their independence, their right to decide for themselves what they want to do, how they want to live their lives. And these are important themes that are discussed in the film, that are touched upon in the film. So I think that's something that connects everywhere. And along with that, male allyship, which is also shown in the film, which I think is an important aspect for us to also, ally with women on issues that are troubling them or things that are unfair, which need to be corrected, perhaps.
And speaking of yourself, you're an ally to Kiran. You've been a lot, in many ways, wind beneath her wings. Why did you think she was the right person to direct this film?
Because of her honesty as a director. I've worked with her in Dhobi Ghat, and I've seen how she approaches her characters, how she approaches each scene, the honesty with which she makes a film, the honesty with which she takes every decision on set, is why I felt she's the right director for this. Because the material is very dramatic. The start of the film is about a guy comes home after getting married, and the woman he brings home is somebody else,
Imagine.
because of the veil. And so that's a very dramatic start, And he realizes that he's lost his wife. He doesn't know where she is. And because it was a long journey, and he doesn't know where this switch happened. So the setup is, the plot is very dramatic, and I felt that the director who's directing this film needs to be nuanced and needs to be very real and needs to be very honest in telling the story. And I felt that that would actually enhance the drama. So which is why I felt Kiran is the right person to direct this.
And what is your personal favorite part of the film?
Oh, I don't know. There are so many scenes and moments in the film that are so amazing. I think maybe one of the scenes that I find really nice and which we don't get to see often in our films is the scene between the ladies, you know, when they are speaking together at night and they're discussing different things, one about being friends as women, the other about Deepak's mother realizes that, she doesn't know what her favorite dish is because she's forgotten. She only cooks for the men in the house. These small things like that. I found that scene, very nice. Yeah.
Now, you've had a career over 3 decades. Of course, you've seen a lot of changes. And for the most recent, on the online platforms.
Sure.
Where do you think our industry is heading that way?
Well, it's not just our industry. I think it's all of us.
True.
We are changing as people, I feel. I think we are very different from what we were 10 or 15 years ago. And I think the big change that has happened in our lives is the smartphone. I think it has altered our lives dramatically. It has altered our ability to focus on things. It has altered how we spend our time. So I think that is a big change. As far as cinema is concerned, it's a big change because earlier, when somebody was watching your film, you had a captive audience. And the audience was only listening to you and your story, whether it was in a cinema hall or at home. You didn't have a phone to distract you because the phone has the smartphone, not just the phone. The smartphone has the whole universe in there. And half our lives are in that. So I feel that we are changed. We are changed as a people. And so therefore, from a cinema point of view, as a filmmaker, when I'm telling a story to my audience, I have to now keep in mind that earlier I was telling a story to a very captive audience. Now I'm telling a story to a distracted audience. So I have to be very careful when I'm telling the story now.
And now with the advent of AI in filmmaking, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think technology can be used any way that you want to. So there can be positive use of technology and negative use of technology. So I'm hoping, though based on what some experts have to say, it may not be such a good future. But let's see. I think these are all predictions. None of us really know what's going to happen. And humans are quite adaptable at the end of the day.
You still have long ways to go. But how important is it for you to leave a legacy for your family, for your children, the younger generation? And what kind of legacy would you like to leave?
I've never thought about that. I've just lived life the way I've felt I should. And I've never thought about leaving behind a legacy. That's not how I've lived my life.
But you are a legend, and your children are going to look up to you. So what would you want?
Well, I hope they do. I don't know about other people, but I'm hoping my children look up to me. No, I'm joking. They love me, and I'm very close to all my kids. But in the film world, they often don't want my advice. Yeah. Which is good, I think, because they are carving their own paths, and that's how it should be.
What would you like to say to young aspirants, filmmakers, actors, the key to success is?
Well, I'd like to borrow a line from Three Idiots. Chase excellence, not success. And then if you chase excellence, success follows you. And I think in a sense, follow your dreams, believe in your dreams and follow your dreams.
And has the term success changed for you over the years?
You know, success is, it really depends how you define success. Is it monetary success? Is it fame? Or is it having lived a fulfilling life? Have you been there for others? Have you been there for people who are close to you? So I think for me, success is in films, just in the world of cinema. I think success for me is if I'm able to connect with my audience in the manner in which the script first connected with me when I read it. Is that the feeling that I got? Is that feeling I'm able to, create in people who are watching the film? For me, that is success, if I'm able to do that. And otherwise, outside of cinema, in life, I think for me, success is having great relationships and having people around you who you care for and who care for you.
And in conclusion, if I can just give you 4 rapid fire questions just to make it fun.
Sure.
One word to describe your journey in Bollywood.
Oh. A learning experience. Yeah.
A role you wish you could play again.
Again? Oh. You know, most of them, because when I look at my previous work, I don't like it very much. So I wouldn't mind getting to do all of them again.
What movie can you watch on repeat?
3 Idiots.
Your favorite international cuisine?
I think Chinese or Thai. These are the 2 cuisines outside of Indian that I like very much.
A bucket list for you for an actor, as an actor or producer?
When you say bucket list, do you mean?
Like what you would want to do before you die?
Oh. Well, I wish I can make the Mahabharata the way I've always imagined it should be made.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.